I am 6 months long. 6 months locaversary. 6 months locaversary. 6 months locaversary. 6 months locaversary. Hello, welcome back to my channel, Angie's Lock Life. As you may have guessed from my stupid little dance there at the beginning, I am 6 months locked. So 6 months is the time period that my loctician told me when I first got my locks done that I would, she was sort of like, wait 6 months and you'll love it. And I just remember wanting to fast forward to 6 months because I was like, get me there already. Completely impatient. Obviously, Sisterlocks is about having patience. But here I am, 6 months later on the 20th of January. So, what have I noticed in this 6 months? Well, so first of all, the time kind of felt like it was going really slowly. I feel like, obviously at the beginning it felt like it was a long stretch. Then it kind of felt like it was moving along. And then it felt like it slowed down around the 3 and 4 month mark. And then obviously once Christmas came, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty much there. So it was an interesting 6 months in terms of learning about my hair. One of the most obvious differences for me is that the hair is heavier. So when you first get it done, when you go to sleep and wake up, your hair is literally just, there's not enough kind of gravity bringing it down. Whereas now I feel like there's a bit more weight behind the hair. So it just kind of, especially at the back where it's a bit longer, because as you know and I've mentioned before, the top of my hair is quite short. So I feel like there's more weight in the hairstyle. So that's a big difference. In terms of maintenance of my hair, I wash weekly, maybe push it to 2 weeks if I get really busy and don't have a chance. It keeps my scalp at check. So I do have a bit of a flaky scalp, especially after I've had a retie. But if I wash my hair every week or every week and a half, I'm good. I know there are lotions and potions and things that make it better, but to be honest, I do find that just washing it every week and a half at the latest kind of keeps it in check. So that's how I manage my flaky scalp. So that's my maintenance. In terms of the rest of it, I'm kind of in this weird place with my hair right now, actually, where when I looked at Sisterlocks and I was like, obsessing about them and looking at the Pinterest pictures and all the rest of it, I was looking at people whose lock size was a lot smaller than mine. So I'm at this stage now where, to be honest with you, I love my locks, and I think the longer it gets, the less I will care about the size. A few in the hairline have been combined, which make it look a lot bigger than it is. Because of slippage. I think my loctician just thought it would be easier to bung them together. But I think when I think back to the pictures that inspired me to get Sisterlocks, there were people with much smaller locks than what I have. So I think my thing now is, if I'm going to change mine in any way, like maybe do the front smaller. If I'm going to do it, I need to do it now, because obviously it's only going to get harder to unpick it the further along I go. So that's my only thing, is I don't necessarily dislike my locks. I love locks in general now, and I ain't going back to detangling this 4C head of hair. That's not going to happen. But it's just a case of knowing that it's going to get harder. Do I want to change it now? Now, the thing is, I've noticed that a lot of people with 4C hair tend to have the bigger locks than the people with the other hair types. Now, the reason that I've been given for this is that if you do smaller locks with 4C hair, the weight of the locks, it's too heavy for the hair type, which doesn't really make much sense to me, because if my hair can hold this weight, surely half the size, half the weight works out to be the same thing. I don't really get it, but that's the reason that I've been given. I don't know whether it's because 4C hair is, it tangles more easily, it's harder to manage, and therefore it's a bit of a fob off to us 4C chicks. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that, because I have noticed that people with 4C hair tend to get the bigger locks. And if there is like a proper scientific reason for why that is, that you've heard of, let me know. But I just wonder whether we're being told what size lock to have. Because again, with Sisterlocks, you're supposed to choose the size of your locks. I was given this size locks. And again, I don't necessarily have a problem with the size of the locks. I do like my locks, but it's just, I'm at that stage where it's like do or die. You know, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And if I'm not, then I'm not. So it's not that I don't like it, and I'm not saying that it's not nice, but it's just when I think back to what the appeal was to have Sisterlocks, I was looking at the much smaller size. Oh yeah, the only thing I wouldn't want to do is be spending any longer getting a retie than what I do. Because at the moment, I think we've done it, the quickest we've probably done it is like just under 2 hours. And then on a day where there's been interruptions and I don't know, too much chatting or whatever it is, it's taken 3 hours. I find that fairly okay. But what I wouldn't want at the same time, as much as I talk about how gorgeous the smaller ones are, what I wouldn't want to be doing is spending 10 hours in the chair to get a retie. So these are the things that I need to weigh up to make sure that I balance when I'm thinking about any kind of resizing. But other than that, my hair is basically coming along nicely. I know that I'm at the stage now where I'm supposed to be moving from the starter shampoo to the other type of shampoo. I don't even know what the next one's called, but I'm supposed to be moving to the second stage of shampoo. So that's one thing. Outside of that, I'm still waiting for some length. It's probably a tiny bit longer if you look at this compared to my other videos. But on the whole, you know, we still got some growing to do. The top of my hair, to be honest with you, I think if the top of my hair and the back of my hair all grew, or were all at the same length, I would probably be less bothered about the length. But because the top is quite short and then the back is a lot longer, it tends to kind of annoy me a little bit. So that's where I'm kind of like, come on with the growth. But actually, I don't mind the length of the back. I just could do with the top being not so mullety. So you've probably seen the shape of my hair from my previous videos. But, and if you're new here, hi by the way. Thanks for joining us. But yeah, so this is the only reason why I kind of go on about wanting it to grow out and looking forward to getting further along, because of this kind of shape. The back is obviously a lot longer. So you can kind of see the different sort of lengths throughout the hair. But other than that, I think it's all coming along quite nicely. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the 1 year mark to see what the difference is then. But I think that's it. This is it. This is me at 6 months. Definitely happy that I got locks. There's no qualms about that. Definitely happy with being locked. So that's it, really. That's my 6 months. I made it. 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 But yeah, so let me know your comments. Let me know how your 6 months journey has been. Did you feel like it went fast? Did you feel like it went slow? Did you notice a lot of growth with your hair? Can you see any with mine? Probably not a lot. Let me know your comments, and thanks for watching. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. 6 months locaversary. 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 See you next time.